if I lined 1,000 people with the same degree, with the same city, with the same age, with the same background, and with the same profession, and let's say I am hiring for a role in software engineering, who do you think I'm going to pick? I want us to talk about what makes you different. What is that one thing that is going to make you stand out of that crowd? And so we are going to dive deep and see what are the ways that you can be different. What is that one plus that you can add into your career that can actually make you move forward from step 1 to step 10? And so let's get into it. Back to my example. I'm hiring one person for a role, and I receive 100 applications. And all these 100 applications, since I'm a recruiter, I'm always looking for who is that one person that is different, that one person that is different among every other person, so that I actually give them the job. And that's why we are here. So I want us to break this down into different segments to actually help you understand where you are right now, what you needed to do, and where you want to go as a person when it comes to what makes you different. Okay? Good, let's go. So segment 1, I want us to talk about the crisis of sameness. So universities, and I'll talk about software engineers because that is actually my field, but I'll also be also touching other fields. But let's look at it this way. So software engineers, so every university has a number of software engineers that they actually produce. So in JKUAT, every semester, there is a fourth year somewhere, there is a second year who has just finished their diploma, or there's a fourth year who has just finished their bachelor's of degree. And you're talking about a class having close to, let's say, an average number of 50 students per class. And all these students want to go and do software engineering. And that is only JKUAT, one semester. And so if in case we have, because look at it this way, again, JKUAT has different classes. So they have computer technology, again, giving out software engineering students. They have software engineering as a course. They have software engineering as a bridge. They also have diploma as a course for software engineering. And you're looking at JKUAT alone giving out 50 students. So let's say I talk about degree and let's talk about diploma students. 50 each, so that's 100 students per semester. And all of them want to go and do software engineering. And the market right now is full of software engineers. And so if I put a job out there, who am I going to hire? Good. So let's talk about this, the crisis of sameness, the problem that no one is actually talking about. The world is producing more graduates, more businesses, more content than ever before. But most people look and think the same. And we are a copy and paste generation, whereby we go and see someone doing something and then we want to do it. It's not bad. But then copying and pasting the same way they've done that thing is worse. Let's talk about it this way. So I go and copy a business idea from the US and then bring it to Kenya without changing the context of how I want it to play out or how I want it to be. I've already lost the market because you see, the US has their own culture. Kenya has its own culture. And so if in case even you're copy and pasting, then which means you have to actually change the context, okay? And then the worst place to be in 2026 right now is to be average, because average is crowded. Everyone is average. And so you need to step up when it comes to thinking out of the box. So look at it this way. Schools, what they do is just to teach us how to do stuff, how to fit in. But society rewards people who go out of the box. And social media shows us who to copy. Every other day you're looking at, I want to do content like that guy. I want to do content like that guy. But then do you do it at the end of the day? Bring in something that is different so that every other person, relates to your content, and don't say that that content is is from abroad and now you're just doing the West things. And I'm giving you this question. When was the last time you did something that only you can do? I'll throw another question to you. What is that one thing that you can do so perfectly that you can beat everyone in it? What is that one thing that you can do as perfect as possible that no one else can do? Good. So let's talk about what actually being different means, because we are going to talk about why you're not different and all those things. But what does being different actually mean? Being different is not about being the one only doing that thing. It's about being the one and the only one doing it your way. Everyone is doing everything. Everyone is starting a business. Everyone is starting software engineering. Everyone is doing everything. Everyone is starting social media accounts. Everyone is starting YouTube. Everyone is starting all these things. But are you doing it your way? If we parade 5 YouTubers here, and then we are saying that the best YouTuber here is actually going to win the Nobel Prize, and if every other person is average, what do you think who is going to get that prize? And so, are you able to do that one thing so perfectly that you can beat everyone in the crowd? That one thing that you have mastered so well that no one, even if you're sleeping, no one can still come and beat you in it. I'll give you a relatable story. 2 people sell chapati, right? One just sells, and the other one brands it, tells a story, delivers it with a smile and a personal note. Same product, different person, who wins? You're selling chapatis in the road. One person just sells 2 chapati, but the second person on your left or on your right, what they do is they package your chapati well, they say hi to you, they give you a smile whenever you're buying a chapati or a mandazi. Their packaging is so great. Who will you actually go for? Being different among the crowd rewards, brothers and sisters. And so, what are these things that make you different? Things that will actually make you stand out. Don't overthink it. It's the things that when you stand up to do in the morning, no one else can do them. So let's say, for example, I'm a software engineer. And how does a software engineer think? A software engineer thinks this way. So they'll write some code, and then after they've written some code, they'll push it. But what next? Can they do DevOps? Can they do deployment? Can they talk to a customer about a product? Even if you're hiring, those are the things that we are looking for. If I give you something to do, can you go overboard? Can you do more than what is expected to be done? Can you go out of your way to do what no one else does? That is actually what makes you different. And so, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a student, if you're an educator, if you're a youth, you actually have to ask yourself, what is that one thing that you want to do that is going to make you the most different person in the room? Let's say you're selling perfumes. Don't sell perfumes as every other person is selling perfumes. You have to come up with a new way to do stuff. Your packaging has to be the best. You will get customers. You're a student. You are reading and you are the best in your class and all these things. What is it that makes you different? Can you also excel in sports? Can you also excel in things around outside sports? Things around what else can you excel in? Volunteering and things like this. Just doing more so that your CV becomes a bit more than every other person. For entrepreneurs, find your only statement whereby I'm the only person in this market that does it this way. For the youths, you're not too young, you are early, start documenting your journey now. Go to YouTube, document everything. Go to Instagram, take pictures. Like, be out of what every other person calls normal. Because normal doesn't reward nowadays. I'll repeat to you. If in case you're an educator or a teacher, what is that one thing that if you do as a teacher, the students love you about? You guys heard the story about this teacher who won the best teacher in the world. He used to give his students his salary, but then he used to pay that as a school fee. He won the best teacher of the year, and he was here from Kenya, and he won it in the, worldwide. What is that one thing that is going to make you different? You work in an organization. The work that you're given, what else can you deliver on top of that work? It makes you the most interesting person in the team. It makes you the most, the person that every other person wants to work with. Keep showing up. Go to events. You're a student. Go to events. Go to these things. Make yourself very uncomfortable. Wake up early. Well, I don't wake up early, but wake up early. Find the things that you can do out of just doing what you do in class. Those things are going to actually make you the most different people. Let me tell you a story about a friend. So, most of my friends, they don't study they don't do what they studied in university. I have a friend who started out as a photographer in school. He used to do actuarial science. And he ended up being one of the best photographers ever. It depends on, it doubled down to what else can you do differently apart from just sitting in class? What else can you do differently apart from just launching that product? You can launch a product how every other person launches a product. But can you go out of your way to talk to your customers, go on the streets and talk to your customers about your product? And so, be the most different person. Don't do what every other person does. Go out of your way, do the best. Be the best, do the best, and actually make sure that you win in your field. And I'll close with this. The world does not need another copy. It needs the original version of you, fully loaded, unapologetic, and ready. So before you sleep tonight, whether you are listening to this thing during the day, before you sleep tonight, write down one sentence. What is it that makes you different? You're a student, what is it that makes you different? You're a teacher, what is it that makes you different? You're a CEO like myself, what is it that makes you different? Just know that you are not made to blend in. You are made to stand out. The question was never whether you are different. The question is whether you are brave enough to be. We have a lot of gifts, brothers and sisters, that if we don't use them, we will just be the same as every other person. I know very well that different people have different capabilities. And you can be the one that stands out the most in the crowd. And it rewards, brothers and sisters. It rewards big time. And so what are you waiting for? Write down everything that makes you different and execute them. Go for those things that make you different. You will be rewarded for them. Thank you, and see you on the next one. Adios.